don't we go right back here, ma'am?
This is, well, for all of you, but Samantha, I'd like to thank you very much for that article in the New Yorker, because I understood Sudan for the first time. You spoke of evangelicals in Midland, Texas. When we're talking about coalitions, we need to build them here in this country instead of demonizing one side or another. Demonizing the evangelicals, demonizing red states, blue states. How do you all see Barack Obama doing this? I believe he can, but I'd like to hear some of your thoughts. Because obviously that's a coalition here at home that has tremendous effect abroad.
Sam.
I mean, I think that one of the things Obama is very, very good at doing, you're seeing it in the way that he's supporting the Annapolis Summit and so forth, is very, very pragmatic. Unification and the idea of hope and you know, no blue states, red states, purple states, and the United States of America, it's good rhetoric, for sure. He's a great speaker, as you may have heard. But it's the essence of what it takes to get things done. I mean, how did President Bush pull together one of his most heroic initiatives is the $15 billion initiative on HIV/AIDS. How did he do it? Well, you had evangelicals teaming up with ACT UP, activists, gay activists, you know, you had ordinary citizens, you had public health professionals, you had intellectual property lawyers. I mean, President Obama was the first to say, that's a model. We've got to build these coalitions among people who would seem to be the unlike-minded. We've got to thicken the tent. And on Darfur, you're exactly right. I think Obama, as he goes around the country and builds support for the right policy, for the policy Susan's described on Darfur, he goes to these different constituencies that people would say, well, what are these people doing together? Well, it's because they share, you know, a commitment to actually helping people, and they understand that our security is linked to the security of others. And so just to underscore your point, it has to be done broadly and with the unlikely.
Susan?
Just to add to that, I mean, as I said at the outset, he is the embodiment of so many strands of what we represent as a nation, and that is not insignificant, but it's not sufficient. What Barack has done beyond representing who we are and what we can be when we combine the best of ourselves, he has been in every job he's had and every leadership role he's had, somebody who's worked with others from different perspectives. He was an extraordinarily effective state legislator because he worked in a bipartisan fashion, reached across the aisle, and tackled some of the toughest issues on the agenda for Illinois. In the Senate, from the day he got there, he has worked in partnership with people like Senator Lugar on non-proliferation and the next generation of measures we need to take to control loose nuclear material. He's assumed the role that Senator Sam Nunn played for so many years as a Democratic counterpart to Richard Lugar on the non-proliferation agenda. He's worked with Senator Coburn, whose views he often would disagree with on issues like ethics reform. He's worked very closely with Senator Sam Brownback on Sudan and on many other issues related to Africa and HIV/AIDS in a very effective partnership. He went to the Saddleback Church to talk about HIV/AIDS and reached out to the evangelical community. That's just who he is. He is uniquely comfortable in any setting you can imagine. And he takes people for who they are as human beings on their face, and that's the starting point for progress and for unity.
John?
I think it's critical that the president feel that to the very bottom of his feet. It has to be something that is part of his DNA, not something that he's just talking about. And when you look at Barack Obama, one of the things I think you come to recognize is that he has this wonderful blend of confidence and humility. And not all the candidates have that. Some of them are confident, some of them President of the United States right now has neither, I think. He's got bravado, but it's not really confidence. And you have to have, the president has to have the humility to listen to people from all range, and then the confidence to make the decisions on his own, because he is the decider. And I think that of all the candidates, Senator Obama displays both competence and humility.